To try and find some comfort during these trying times, I think it's my first in a while, in at least a decade, rewatch of Grey's Anatomy, even though I keep up with the current episodes. And I would like to tell you each of the misogynistic ways the men of Grey's Anatomy have made me the most upset. These are their biggest crimes. Chief Weber never owned up to Adele that he was secretly visiting Ellis Grey, and then he tried to imprint on Meredith without being truthful about it. Preston Burke decided that Christina should be the person he wanted her to be instead of loving her for the person she was. George sexualized his roommates and then got real mad when none of those relationships worked out for him. Big pouty energy. Derek Shepard constantly makes Meredith's mental health crises about him, and he fully chose Addison with his whole chest and then got mad at Meredith for moving on, like he begged her to. Karev tries to hook up with April even though he knows that she's very inexperienced with men, and then he screams at her for being inexperienced, and that's traumatizing. I had to ask my sister what the worst thing about Mark Sloan was because I don't think I've ever been mad at him once. And then my sister, who's usually very mad at people, sat there and went, I don't know, he dyed his hair that one time and I wasn't wild about it. So that's what we had. Jackson also hooks up with April and has no regard for how important her religious background actually is and how their differences will affect that. And he's constantly yelling at her about it. And again, he could have just been understanding. Don't yell at women in the bathroom right before they take a big test. And last and certainly least in my heart is Owen Hunt, and his biggest crime is existing. For Hunt, I just wrote the word existing. Okay, so there you have it. There are the most misogynistic things I think the men of Grey's Anatomy have done up to season 6, maybe 7. If you have other thoughts, or if they've done bigger crimes, or if you can tell me one thing that Mark Sloan himself has done that would make you mad, tell me in the comments. And then, I don't know, let's DM about Grey's Anatomy. It's like my favorite, most long-standing relationship.